thousands of years, Indigenous people inhabited and cared for this land and continue to do so today. In particular, we acknowledge the territory of the Anishinaabeg, Huron-Wendat, Haudenosaunee, Ojibwe, Chippewa peoples, the land that is home to the Métis, and most recently, the territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation, who are direct descendants of the Mississaugas of the Credit. We're grateful to have the opportunity to work on this land, and by doing so, give our respect to its first inhabitants. Thank you.
Canadian anthem performed by Rick Imus. Just one invite remaining for next week's Arena Lacrosse League Final Four Championship weekend, and it will be either the Ohsweken Bears or the Brampton Express. Hello, lacrosse fans. Welcome back to Memorial Arena here in Brampton. Lance Wynn working alongside the legend in his own mind, Blair Campbell. Great to have you with us as we take a look at the starters, of course. For the Bears, it'll be Go Abrams. Comes in with a 2-2 record. His goals against an even 14. His save percentage is .800. At the other end, top goals against in the league, Lucas Nagy, 9.77. His save percentage, .820. Head coaches for the Ohsweken Bears, a familiar face in Ron Mouser Henry. His 6th season as the boss, his assistant is Clancy Alms. For Brampton in his first season is Jeff Dowling. His assistants Todd Wilfong, Dylan Evans, and Kevin Haynes. Officials for today's game, another top-notch crew in Kyle Kennery. He's the crew chief, joined by Mark Sandman Sands and Matt Chamois. And partner, it's been a long day, couple of upsets already. We're looking here at a number 8 seed and a number 2 seed going head-to-head. What are your thoughts as we get this one ramped up?
Well, the first thing in talking with Mouser before the game, he said to me, he said, the biggest thing we got to do is share the ball. That's number 1. And he said, we've got to contain on defense and not force it. And he said, the other thing is we're not going to force on transition. So doing it, saying it and doing it are two different things. And as far as Brampton goes, JD's comment, I got no keys. Just play what we've been doing all year.
Well, if you can't get up for some playoffs, then you shouldn't be playing in this league, as Kyle Pedwell has his shot stopped, and battling for it loose. Bears still fighting for it as Johnson gets chucked down, and Possession will go to the Bears. Pedwell will move it up. James Whiteford, second leading scorer on this squad, and a vital piece out there with Dent Miller and this man here, Chris Atwood. Atwood's got to have a good game. Nagy with a big save right off the bat. And now Nick Volkov will move it up. One good pass. So here comes the Brampton Express in their offensive attack. Zach Sutherland, outstanding first season in the Arena Lacrosse League. The guy is good. Seamus Shanahan shot, steered aside by Goa Abrams. And the Bears now counter the other way. These two teams met twice during the regular season, with Brampton winning both. The first time 19-8, second time 13-8. But again, the Bears didn't have all their weapons like they do today. Wayne Hill reverses pivot. His shot wide of the mark. It's picked up. Looking for a rebound there is Jira Nakamura. And possession now will go to the Express. Gage Board, he has been outstanding, as has Brian Campbell, to go along with Sutherland. Reason why these guys finished with an impressive 11-3 record. So Cody Menzies out there on that right side with Sutherland, and they work it now to Campbell. Campbell into Menzies, couldn't get that shot off. Good defense there, Oakley Thomas. And now Abrams looking for someone, will loft it out, and Martin runs under it. Seth Martin lets it go, change up. Another change up, Blair, go figure. Ball loose, goes off the netting, and it'll go up the other way to the Express. Campbell will send it over to Mikhail Chulin, and they'll work things on the right side to start. Keep an eye, Jeff Roy, as Sutherland filters out late, 15 on the shot clock. Letting it go, that's wide of the mark. Campbell's gonna keep that here, no reset, 10 on the shot clock. Sutherland gets a step, and that's a pretty tough call, I think, to take. I thought Sutherland was going down already.
And I'm pretty sure he got all stick anyways. He didn't get any part of the body whatsoever. So, you know what? I can't disagree, but like you've said in the past, it's called, it's called.
And that is the case as you take a look at the replay, Blair, and I think that's the case here.
Yeah, it's 100%.
So first power play opportunity goes to the Express. They come in working at a 63% efficiency. Penalty kill for the Bears, just 39%. Campbell out there, and I think one of the good things that we see here with this power play, Blair, is that Ryan Campbell at the top facilitating. Abrams, good glove save there. We just think that that's what he does best. And a good job there riding out and getting the possession back for Brampton as they go to work now under a minute and a half in the power play. Chulin worked that right side. Campbell at the top. Jeffroy on the left side. Jerminski working behind the net. Keep an eye there. 10 on the shot clock. Campbell goes to the underhand. Rebound. Jeffroy tried to return the underhand. No reset. Sutherland had it. He's just going to dump it, and that's what he does. And now the Bears will work it into the final minute here to burn. Atwood zips it up, dangerous pass, but a good job by Whiteford just to get a handle on it. And now it's Jonah Beam. Jonah Beam with a sign to a practice roster deal in the NLL. Congratulations to Jonah Beam. Had a chance to speak with his parents, and they're pretty proud, and they certainly should be, and we're proud because he's been in our league for 5 steady years, and good players. Atwood is robbed by Nagy. Oh my, you don't see Chris Atwood get stopped that close, and Campbell will find Penn Estrat, who has had a phenomenal first season in the Arena Lacrosse League. Jeffroy with a clear path. That one saved by Abrams. Fresh clock, now dying seconds of the penalty. Campbell ducks in, flips over. Nothing doing there. Bears now with a chance. Thomas can't reach that pass. A little too much air. Takes a crazy hop off the partition. And Sutherland now will bring it back the other way as we inch toward the 10-minute mark, opening quarter. Cody Menzies on the run, stopped by Abrams. So just in case you missed it, this, of course, the third of our triple header earlier today. Six Nations Snipers over the Oshawa Outlaws, 15-13 in that thriller. Then Paris upsets Whitby in overtime, 18-17. And that's led us here. So Toronto in, Six Nations in, Paris in, one more invite. One of these two teams. Good job by Gage Board to put on the brakes. 9.5. Board kicks it out. McDonald took it hard. Abrams covered the angle and creased the call. Bears will immediately pick it up and go back to work on offense. Atwood. And if you don't know about Chris Atwood, you better ask somebody. He can gun it from anywhere. Beam on him. Kick back. Bounce off one. Martin. Hill will bail him out. Get it back down. Whiteford shot on target. Stopped by Nagy. Volkov there. He gathers it and he'll move it up. One good pass. Van Scheppen. So Mark Van Scheppen. Couple of Pfeiffers, couple of Van Scheppens rolling around in the Arena Lacrosse League. All good. 10 on the shot clock. Kick out. Sutherland trying to duck in. Does. Gets the shot out. Stopped by Abrams. Loose and crease the call. Official Matty Chamois all over that. And here come the Bears now. Quick one. What a save. And it sneaks through. So Chris Atwood didn't hesitate this time. Quick release. He finds the back of the net.
And you sure can't fault Nagy on this. You got to give Ohsweken their dues. They did a good fast break. They had the situation under control, and they got the ball to the guy on the proper side. But Nagy makes a great save, and it just happens to roll right up his stomach, over his shoulder, and down into the net. There's nothing you can do about that one.
You don't have to say that Nagy wanted that one back, because he said, be hard on him. Well, that was just a tough bounce, young fella. Off the draw, Brampton will control, and they'll work it over on the half boards. Board with a quick shot. Abrams locked up and in the crease. Possession will go to the Bears. And once again, they'll waste no time. Whiteford. Pedwell lets it go. Nagy, good job not only making the save, but smothering that rebound. And an outlet pass will send away the Express. Medeiros will find Sutherland. Sutherland now, look for the screen. Campbell, 10 on the shot clock, one-on-one. On the run, Abrams, easy save there. Picked up Oakley Thomas. Thomas got ahead of steam going, weaves in and out. Oakley Thomas tucks it. What a save there by Nagy. Gonna be a delayed penalty call. No call,
through
reset.
the crease.
Through the crease, and back come the Express. So a couple of good chances, but better goaltending up to this point is Chulin. Derminski swinging around. They'll work it to Shanahan. Shanahan, dangerous pass there. Jeffroy, skip. Campbell, good hands. Back out. Chulin gets a step, and he had too much bounce for the ounce there. And the Bears now zip it up and get it over. And it's Kane Kettle. Missed a few games. Back in the lineup, though, for this one. Atwood will swing it across. Pedwell. High stick there. No cut, and it is going to get called as crew chief Kyle Kennery all over it. And Volkov, talk about finishing a check. 5 on the shot clock. Bombury tees it up. That's wide of the mark. And we'll have our second penalty of the game, and it will go to the Express this time. And I think it's going to be a slashing call or a high stick. Saying that I'm wrong on both counts. Holding is the call. That's why we got you here, partner. First power play opportunity for the Bears. 52% efficiency, 38% on the kill side for the Express. So Whiteford's at the top, Danton Miller on the left shooter, Wayne Hill down left crease. You've got Chris Atwood on that right shooter spot. That's his spot. Kyle Pedwell on the right crease. Ball loose. Hill digging for it. Estrad in the middle of things like he always is. Kicked out. Room now, Atwood. That's his spot. Atwood had Nagy down, but couldn't put it in the top shelf. So Atwood, you saw his eyes light up when he saw that top of the net. Couldn't park it. 5:52. That will take us to our first officials timeout. We'll take a quick break. You're watching the Arena Lacrosse League playoffs. Welcome back as power play underway with a minute and a half left. Martin out there. DeWitt Martin now in that right shooter spot on the interchange. Coming across, Whiteford has Atwood. Oh, Atwood. If he's on today, that could spell trouble for the Express. Chris Atwood with his second in this game. And he's accounted for both goals for the Bears.
Nothing overly huge about this situation. Power play, and it's just a quick, he sucks the goalie out in a quick stick, and he just put it in the top corner.
Well, I'll tell you, I was in the locker room for the Bears briefly, and they had this play diagrammed on the whiteboard, and they just executed it to perfection. So hats off to Ron Mouser Henry getting his team to buy in. Oakley Thomas, oh, he's tough with that ball. Splits through two, gets it over to Alex Henry now, and Bombury will slow it down. Bombury getting chased and takes a good hit from Volkov, dumps it off, turnover. Gage board looking for Volkov. Volkov couldn't handle the pass. Bombury. We're at the 5-minute mark. Danton Miller looking for a screen, pulls back out, swings it over. Martin. Martin lets it go right on target. So Spencer Martin, DeWitt Martin, Steve Martin, Martin Short. You're gonna stop me anytime or what?
No, I'm just letting you sink it yourself.
Killing me, man. Looking for a little help. Jeff Roy, 10 on the shot clock. Lets it go well wide of the mark. Rebound, Sutherland, no reset. 5 on the shot clock. Sutherland changes the angle. That's wide of the mark. Picked up now, and it's DeWitt Martin. Looking at an opening and blowing a tire, but getting it over to Johnson and doing a good job was Heron Snow. Snow, zip it over Atwood. Atwood gets a screen. But Pedwell almost collected that knockdown shot, and now it's Jordan Aki and Saltfish with a head of steam. Aki lets it go. Good save there by Abrams. Campbell gobbles up the rebound. Aki dodges a check and another change-up, and it rolls into the corner. Gage board. Sutherland. He tees it up. Abrams steers it aside. Fresh 30. Good offensive rebound by Campbell. Kick it back out. Another reset. Started on the right. Sutherland ducking in. Flip back. And Campbell. Nifty move. Lets it go wide of the mark. And the Bears now with possession. Kettle. He'll wait for some help. And he finds it in Whiteford. Whiteford working with Wayne Hill. Pedwell and Bombury floating out there. Spencer Martin filling out the final 5. Pedwell leaning in. Pedwell lets it go. Nagy the save. Rebound. Gobbled up by Whiteford. Whiteford goes for the dunk, but Nagy. Arms across the crossbar, close that off. We're under 3 minutes here. If you're the Bears, you gotta like where you're sitting. Keeping the score down with this high-powered express offense. Menzies zip it over to Campbell. Campbell looking on the screen. Jeff Roy rocking to the 5-hole. Another outstanding feed from Ryan Campbell. What a sweet finish.
It was a nice feed by Ryan Campbell, but on top of that, it was a nice pick and roll right there, wide open. That's what Brampton's got to start doing if they want to keep this game closer, at least get themselves into it.
Man, it's 2-1. How much closer you want? Zipped over, Horsley. He'll play that carom, and Brampton now will move it up. I think you had to figure that Brampton just needed to get one to relax. Shanahan not able to hold on to it. Had it, lost it, had it, lost it. 10 on the shot clock.
No.
Good job, soccer. Here comes Oakley Thomas. Thomas, inside out. What a save, Nagy. Oh, he's some kind of netminder, I tell you. Good transition defense as Jaminski now, one-on-one. Tries to take advantage, can't, zips it over. Sutherland, good duck in. Wide of the mark, almost picked that one off the boards. And now it's DeWitt Martin. Minute and a half, quick shot by Kettle, wide of the mark. Loose Volkov. Runs back to take a check, and now looks to move it over the timeline, and he does. Volkov, another good addition to the Arena Lacrosse League. He has been solid as well. Behind the net. Kick back out, Jeff Roy. Defense pushing it out, Menzies. Chullen trying to duck in. Trying to look across, nothing doing there. As shot clock is going to go off, violation. Good defensive stand by the Bears. We're into the final minute here, quarter number 1. Danton Miller moving across to Whiteford. Whiteford looking for the screen. On the flip, fakes the flip. Curl, kick back out, Miller. Danton Miller bounces off one, gets it over. Nakamura. Skip pass back, 5 in the shot clock. Whiteford right on target. Good save, Nagy. Loosened that dotted half circle. Picked up Volkov. He has it knocked away. Bean battling for it with Miller. And Miller went through the crease despite getting possession. 22 seconds left in this quarter. Estrat. Sutherland now. Brampton trying to get a late one here. Firing the equalizer. Trailing 2-1. Jeff Roy. He lets it go. Abrams scoops that up. 5 seconds now. Alex Henry not able to get it cleanly. Zips it across. Atwood had it blocked by Sutherland, and he may have saved a goal. We have played 15 here in the final quarter, final game. 1 ticket on the line. 2-1. We'll be back with the second quarter after this. Welcome back as we are set here. I don't know, there may be too much time between quarters for my partner here because he seems to find things to amuse himself with. It's tough when a guy thinks he's funny.
I had to break myself up from not snoring.
Why you got to bring all your issues to the table? Just curious. Gage board. Swinging around, Sutherland, Skip Campbell. Good ball moving, and the finish just not there, but definitely the right execution for the Express. And Jerminski, he'll back out. Sutherland, 5 on the shot clock, looking for the flip. Finds it in Chullen. Chullen gets buried, and that'll be a violation. So a couple of good opportunities. Ran the offense well, just weren't able to pocket one. We're the Express. Atwood. Wadaki on him. Getting worked over, gets a screen. Dumps it inside, and Whiteford robbed though by Nagy. Trying to swim his way out was Board. Ran into 2, and a good flip up ahead. 2-on-2. And thinking better of it was Bean. Gives off. Board tees it up off the post. McDonald now will go chase it. Johnson in there racing. And Johnson getting some help from Nagy. And it's Bean. The reliable Jonah Bean moves it up. And it's Menzies. Rumor has it that Menzies got cheated out of a couple of assists. His dad told me so. So we just want to apologize, make sure he got those 2 assists.
Hang on a second. I know his dad. His dad can't count to 3.
Well, but he got to 2, and that's why I said he got ripped off for 2 and not 3. Okay? Mama's fantastic. Dad, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So.
No comment.
Dan Miller to work here. Atwood, wrong stick side. Does it matter? No, not with him. As Horsley on him, that shot right on, stopped by Nagy. And you know Nagy expects it. Shanahan to Medeiros. Medeiros on the run over the net. Back the other way come the Bears. Those are the kind of things, but you got to at least hit the net on those.
Yeah, if you're gonna take that fast break, you've got to at least hit the net, or you got to make yourself back it out and set it up.
Well, make the guy make a save if you're going to do that. Wayne Hill, he teased that one up. He was looking short side. That one caroms up and out of play and will remain possession to the Bears. Under 12 and a half, second quarter. Atwood. Penn Estrad on him. Don't play around with Estrad. He'll take that from you, and just a little too hands-on, Van Scheppen. And you know, those plays are tricky, Blair, because
both guys are going at the ball.
Yeah. They're dangerous, and it doesn't take a whole lot with a guy's momentum going towards the boards to put him in a dangerous situation. And Van Scheppen is going to head over, and I believe that's a sign for the boarding call.
And I'll tell you something, Atwood's very lucky that he didn't get something in here. All he's got is his hand on his back right there. And it's just the pressure and the movement, but Atwood stepped in and gave a little bit of a shot. He's lucky he didn't get one.
He did, but that might be part of that officiating we talked about it, man. Atwood making it look easy. He's feeling it today. Power play goal, their first power play marker of the game.
Absolutely great overhand bounce shot. And you know what? You don't see that very often anymore, and that's exactly what this is. Suckers it out right there, drops it, overhand bounce shot into the top corner.
It's like he had sized up where that hole was in the Nagy armor and just put it right there. And you're talking about the best goalies in the league here, and he made him look like he was standing still and never saw it. So Chris Atwood has been responsible for all the goals, trying to sneak another one through for the Bears. Gets it again, quick shot, and it sneaks through. Oh, Addy Atwood doing it up right here in his first half as he pockets his fourth.
Atwood 4, Brampton 1. And he takes his shot, The rebound goes down behind the net, and nobody picks him up. There's 3 guys standing right in the middle doing nothing. Can't happen.
Well, you also think that he's on his wrong stick side, so how dare we try to do anything there? But he scored his last 2 goals on the wrong stick side.
As you said.
There's not really a wrong stick side for him. Aki has Estrat with him, and I think similar, this game's reminding me a bit of the Oshawa game where the Outlaws just didn't seem as crisp as they usually do. Brampton on the pick and roll, and there's the man, Ryan Campbell, delivering when its team needs it, coming through with his first of the game.
And how many times have you and I stood up here and said this? There's absolutely no defense to a good pick and roll, and this is exactly what you get right here. There's your pick, the switch, but the other guy wasn't able to come back and get it.
Well, I like the way Campbell tucked his stick in, knowing that DeWitt Martin was coming just enough to get a good angle and get enough on that shot to beat Goa Abrams. And we've got a 4-2 game, and Bears doing some good forecheck, and Kettle comes away with it. And a good decision as he'll get it back out to Oakley Thomas. They'll set it up with Danton Miller. Right, to give some credit to Danton Miller, he has been a mainstay on this Ohsweken team, no matter how many roster players are there or not there. Nagy with a good save there. We're under 11 minutes. Medeiros. Sutherland on the doorstep. He'll curl around, didn't have a shot, kick it back out. Good duck in by Joffroy, but Abrams had that angle covered. And the Bears now going to have to hurry, get it over the timeline. They do. And a whole lot going on as these 2 benches very close to one another. So Shanahan mixing it up. He's going to head over to the penalty box. And that's right directly underneath us, so no possible way for us to know who started it. But based on who's going to the penalty box, I'd have to say Shanahan had a little something to do with it.
Oh, Shanahan pushed him in through the open door on the change, but it's one of the things that I've said all along in this. These doors should be shut because somebody's going to get hurt if those doors are open, and that could have really been right in that situation right there.
But you can't push the guy out. Look at how far away he is, and he checks him into there. But in Shanahan's defense,
there was nothing really wrong with that check other than the fact that the door was open.
Well, but that's what makes the check wrong, is he knew the door was open and he checked him there. In Shanahan's defense, it looked like he was sorry about it. He didn't mean to obviously anything malicious there.
He obviously did not mean to knock him into the door.
He wasn't trying to hurt anybody, yeah. So,
no.
Beam, gonna have to hurry, lobs it over, and can't connect with Estrat. The other way, Atwood. Oh! 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 Chris Atwood has come to play.
And I don't care who you are on Brampton, but you got to be aware where Atwood, right here, everybody steps up. Chris Atwood is standing down the end by himself. You got to be aware of where he is on the floor, or he will kill you.
Well, he certainly came with the right frame of mind today, and he's leading his team the way he should. If they have a chance, he's got to be the guy. Volkov off the draw, gets it up. And Brampton now looking for a little spark here. The Bears have gotten that spark from Atwood. Now they need something. Campbell swings it around. Could have been close to a high sticking call there. Sutherland gets a screen. And he's stripped by Oakley Thomas. Sutherland flips it back, and here come the Bears. Thomas. Bears seem to have some life, Blair. Thomas. Whiteford has room. Whiteford ducks in. Whiteford tried to go 5-hole, but Nagy with the denial. And Shepard. Thomas all over him. Oakley Thomas has been a real problem for the Express up to this point as we're at the 9-minute mark, second quarter. Shanahan can't handle the pass. Whiteford all over it. Knocks it ahead. Trying to pick it up. Still can't. And he does now. Double team. Loose. Jeff Roy. Great job to stay on that. 2-on-1 now. And that's going to be a shot clock violation. And no one got clear possession,
No,
I
they
think,
did
and
not.
that's why
No,
there was no
100%
reset.
good call.
Atwood. Why not? He's feeling it. That one goes out of play, stays right here. When he's got the accuracy going like that, Blair, he's tough, real tough.
And no disrespect. It's one of those things where it's time to sit down, and I don't care if you play 4-on-4 and put a guy on Chris Atwood.
Well, we saw that done with Oshawa and John St. John, and you saw the results, but how about that Gage board? So I was gonna say time for Gage board to facilitate or bury one, and the timing is right.
Well, it's funny, all of a sudden now, around the net, around the butt, nobody picks up board inside the dotted line. There you go. There's no Jonah Bean taking the faceoffs anymore. Right now, it's Aki in there doing it for him, and Jonah Bean was probably one of the best faceoff men in this league.
Agree with you there. Volkov off the draw, 5-3 the score. Bears leading. We're at the 8-minute mark here, first half. So, as I won't say shaky, but not as crisp as Brampton looks. There's still a whole lot of time. You're only down 2. Chullen lost the handle, and going to be a penalty called on the play, and looks like an illegal cross-check. And looks like Hayden Burt, guilty party. So the Express will go to work on their second power play opportunity, 0 for 1. Can see there just a whole lot of hacking and whacking. Campbell at the top now. Sutherland on that right side with Chullen. They'll work behind the net, kick it out. Keep an eye on that left side interchange with Campbell. Dumps it off, and Jeff Roy with a hard shot. Steered aside Abrams. Fresh clock for the Express. Sutherland. Campbell. Dodge. Good skip. Beauty shot. That's just picture perfect power play work right there by the Express.
I've said it all year. I'm going to say it again. The more or the quicker you move the ball, the easier it is. You get the ball, you get the defense turning, you get the goalie moving side to side.
Well, we've seen that both ends. And what we have definitely seen is each team with a power play goal. So that's an indicator that staying out of the box is a necessity here in this game. Board, battling for it. Oakley Thomas in the middle as usual. Kettle, good job to take out Volkov. And getting away with one was Volkov. And Gage board out of the scrum. Gets it back, and Menzies will swing it around Volkov. So Brampton now with a little pep in their step. Shanahan, float out late, makes a move, looks to the dump. Jerminski had that intercepted, knocked away. Bears pick it up. Halliday. He'll wait. And now Wayne Hill, big man, sliding down, takes a hard hit from Martin, gets it back. And I tell you, sometimes when you poke the bear, as that was an impressive pirouette, but with 6:02 to go, that's going to take us to our officials' timeout. We'll take a look at the playoff picture coming up to give our viewers an idea. So what you see is what you're watching right now. Of course, 2 earlier games were outstanding. So Friday, Good Friday, will be Toronto taking on Six Nations, or this Ohsweken team, Paris against Six Nations or Brampton, depending on who wins based on the seeding. Of course, Brampton a 2 seed and Ohsweken a 7th seed. And the final will be Saturday, April 8th, and on Easter weekend, 7 p.m.
Six Nations being a 6th seed?
Yes, Six Nations came in as the number 6 seed. So 6:02 to go. It's a 1-goal game. And both netminders have been steady Eddie in there. Special teams has been the difference. Express and Estrat, boy, he's got good speed, gets it over the line. That pass there goes a bit errant. Jeffroy does a good job to move it to himself, takes a hit from DeWitt Martin, but collects the loose ball. He'll tee that up. Jeffroy ties the game at 5.
Well,
Mitchell Jeffroy with his 3rd of the game.
he's going after Mr. Atwood. But, I mean, he did a great job along the boards there. He fought hard for it, and he just teed one up and picked the top corner.
That's just a great effort, individual or not, to stick with that ball all the way on those boards, bring it all the way up, work hard to maintain possession, and then to let a bullet go like that on target. And you can tell right now, you can see the Express starting to feel like themselves. Horsley ringing a bell of Abrams. Bears overrunning that one. Kettle scoops it, and he's going to try to get out of trouble, keeps the legs moving, does a good job, gets it to Henry. Henry zips it up. Oakley Thomas one-on-one. Whiteford filtering out late. Shot from way out wide. Thomas tried to feather it into the far corner.
Another changeup.
Man, that's Lucas Nagy. Don't try to feather anything. It won't feather. Thomas. Fresh clock for the Bears. Zipped over. Denton Miller's shot. Through a crowd. Just couldn't hit the mark. And Atwood gets it to Thomas, but he couldn't handle that pass. And the Express now will look to move it up. Atwood and Bean tangled up. Atwood stays on defense. Sutherland, rebound. What a save by Abrams. You need to arrest that man. As almost too many on the floor by Brampton. Good job by the coaching staff. Long arm of the law. And Sutherland now. Jaminski, good first step, and boy, you talk about rocking the house.
There's really not a lot for me to say on this because you just called it. That goal was made on one thing and one thing only, the first step. Ryan Campbell comes up as if he's going to set the pick, peels out to give him a one-on-one, and that's exactly what he's got. And he beat the man one-on-one, and it was the first step that did it.
Well, good recognition. He knew that it was Atwood on him. And certainly no knock on Atwood, but defense isn't exactly his specialty. Abrams with a good save on Estrad as he teed that one up. And you can see momentum right now as we're in under 4 minutes has swung to the Express.
But that is exactly what we've talked about before with Brampton, where they get in trouble. You get back in the game, let your offense get on the floor. Don't take that shot with 20 seconds to go on a shot clock.
Thomas leaves it. Big Wayne Hill. What a save by Nagy. Oh, point blank. Bean ducks through 2 defenders. And now McDonald will move it up, and it's Board. No look. Chullen couldn't handle the pass. Campbell can. Quick shot. Abrams had to stick right where it should be. because Campbell was sniffing that 5-hole. Bears now over the timeline. Danton Miller, Whiteford, he's been quiet, gives it off, that one saved, rebound, pocketed, and they're gonna say crease on the play. And back the other way, the Express, and they finish, Ohsweken. Boy, sometimes fate, she's so cruel. As something doesn't go right on one end and capitalize on the other.
That's what you call working the fast play or the fast break to perfection. Get the ball halfway or 3/4 away up the floor. I honestly thought he was going to pass the ball over because I think Menzies had a bit of a better angle. But you know what? He finished it off right.
Well, maybe I think that's what Abrams thought too.
It may have.
And may have got him to shift just a bit because he wasn't in position for that one. But Blair, when we talk about this Brampton team, that's why I brought up the fact Oshawa looked a little sluggish off the start. Brampton too, and I won't call it sluggish. I think they looked a little tight. And once they got a couple goals under their belt, you could see that they're starting to move and feel the passes are getting crisper. And they're playing like the Brampton we've seen.
And as I said to you before, Brampton has to start getting some stuff going through the middle. They can't keep playing from the outside. Guess what they've done in the last 10 minutes? And all of a sudden, they're up 2 goals instead of being down 3. So you're right, exactly what you said, exactly what we talked about. That momentum, Brampton, whether it was a sluggish start or whatever, but I still have to give credit to the Bears for the defense they were playing in the first quarter and a half, and it's just a question of whether it can continue for 4 quarters.
3:03 to go. 2-goal lead for the Express, their largest lead of the game. Sutherland off the draw, and again without a real dangerous face-off person, the Express have controlled most of the draw. Sutherland, that's going to be a delayed penalty. Abrams with a great save. So the Bears continue to shoot themselves in the foot as that pass goes awry, and with 2.5 to go, the Express will go on their 3rd power play of the game, and looks like it's going to be Alex Henry with a slashing call, and now the Bears are going to have to work. The Express are rolling right now.
Right now, the Bears have to find a way to put a pin into the Express. Steamrolling is what they're doing right now.
They are, as power play back to work. Campbell at the top. Familiar spot with Sutherland, and Campbell loses it, and a breakaway. Heron Snow. Snow tried to go, and he buries it. So you got to take advantage of your opportunities.
And I'll tell you what, there's nobody on that floor right now. Oh, Mr. Atwood's chirping Ryan Campbell on the way to the bench, and Atwood wasn't even on the floor. He came on to do that. But I'll tell you what, nobody's more upset than missing that pass than what Ryan Campbell is, and he knows it. He says, that's goals on me, boys. Let's get her back.
That's the case. Those kind of things happen. It's still a 7-6 lead. And 1:44 in the power play. 2:15 left here in this first half. I think Campbell may have just taken his eye off that ball for just a quick second, and he was already thinking where he's going to go with that next pass. Back to it here on the interchange. Sutherland's been awfully quiet. Now he has room. Good save, rebound, and there you go. You ask for a goal in the middle, and it looks like Mikhail Cheldon delivering on cue. So you give up one, but you get one back.
Sorry, yeah. That's where Sunderland's game, the last couple of games, he's been going through the middle. And now he looks like he's relying on his outside shot again. That time he happened to get the outside shot, and the rebound came right back to Brampton.
Tell you, we've really seen the improvement of Mikhail Chelin as he's gotten more comfortable in this Arena Lacrosse League every game he's played. And he fits in quite nicely. Snow now looking to Whiteford. And the Bears need to stay out of the penalty box if they want to keep this one close. Snow trying to duck in on Volkov. Can't. Kick it Whiteford. Down low, and Bombury, wrong stick side though. And now here come the Express. Volkov back out, board. And an easy save by Okoa Abrams. That was no easy shot. He just made it look easy on the save. And now it's Martin with the flip back Snow. Whiteford. We're into the final minute here. Second quarter. Snow looking for an opening on the run. Steered aside Nagy. Rebound Whiteford. Fresh clock. 45 on the game clock. Kick out. And Nakamura wasn't able to get enough on that, and back come the Express. 30 seconds on the game clock. Van Scheppen with some room. Can't beat Abrams. Back the other way, it's Kettle. Kettle runs under it. In alone. Kettle buries it. Kane Kettle in transition, and it's an 8-7 game with 23.2 seconds.
Fast break. Brampton's not. Everybody's inside the center floor, and there's a guy back there. Somebody on the bench down here has got to get to them and say, guys, you got to be aware of what's behind you. It's killing us. I mean, 3 of Atwood's 5 goals, all down the floor by himself.
Off the job, Beam. And you see the difference when Jonah Beam's in that face-off circle. As timeouts called by the Express with 19.7 seconds. And I tell you, partner, this has been an unbelievable day of lacrosse that we've been able to witness here. The talent level, the intensity, these guys have left it on the carpet, and we've been lucky that way. So with that said, of course, if you're Brampton, you got to think you're looking for something with 19.7 seconds.
And I will be surprised if they don't set the ball up with somebody at the top, Ryan Campbell down in the corner, get the ball low to him where you can get 3 guys going. You can get Sutherland on the other side for that big shot.
Well, I'm looking, Sutherland, of course, finished the season with 90 points, 42 goals, 48 helpers. But he's got nothing here.
Yeah.
And I don't know his assist count.
I know he's picked up a couple.
I tell you, if the Express, though, are going to win this game, he is going to have to be a factor.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Okay, so they're going to probably get the ball low, if not behind the net, but they're probably going to wait till about 10 seconds with the net being empty.
So Nagy's in the bench. Estrat's got possession, 19.7 seconds. And Campbell will hold it and wait. Shot clock off, of course. Game clock now at 10. Bears extend. Jeff Roy looking down low. Diving Drominski with 6.7. Well, you asked for a well-diagram play, and that's what they got.
Estrat, throws it to Campbell. Campbell throws it down low, and then they get the ball to the crease, and in it goes.
Tell you, with that crease dive rule, it makes it awfully tough for the goalies. 9-7, 6.7 seconds. So a big goal late for the Express. And clock winding down, battle there, and that's going to do it. We've played a half here in our final quarterfinal game. 9-7 Express lead. We'll be back with the third quarter after this break. Great job here by Hannah Brandt, and the secret was the way his movement without the ball. As you saw him just creep towards that crease area, and Longboat was set up for something hard short side. Instead, he got something soft, tricky. You can just see that's what Chayton King does, is he can let it rip from anywhere, accuracy, pinpoint. That's his first of this game, 27th goal of the season. So Vanderzalm just does a good job filling the lane. Unselfishly gives it up. This bounce pass just a little slow, but give Whiteford some credit as Vanderzalm never gave up on the play and picked that far corner. Missed the last game back, as you can see Kyle Pedwell doing a good job of getting that ball over to Whiteford in plenty of time, and he beats Longboat in the short side. Outstanding team offense there. That's the way you share the ball, as Keto does a great job to track that down. Good pass there on the spin, and Justin Porga just finding Mason Hill wide open. Just getting it out in the zone. So now numbers for the Snipers. McGregor Allen, Vern Hill, 2-on-1. Dump over. Vern Hill under, off the post. Rebound, saved by Abrams. So Vern Hill, post crossbar. You got to figure one of them's got to go in sometime. He's hit every other part of the net. Third power play opportunity, and you just take a look here from our vantage point. You can just see he sees that far corner and puts that just by the hip of Jackson Longboat and in the back of the net, who picks up his second of the game. And this is just good fundamental lacrosse, gapping that box. Good skip pass from Miracle, and Tito just above that dotted half circle finds the mark on Goa Abrams. And they are off to a 3-0 start.
And the biggest situation in this is the two Brampton players both went at the ball player instead of picking up the ball, which was sitting right at their feet. And the funny part of that is they didn't even have the 6 men. They were still, that was a 5-on-5 goal. The 6th man was just about 10 feet from the bench. But this is a situation where a pick and a slide, and nobody goes with the beam when he slid down past the pick.
Parker Pfeiffer, been deadly and still is. Oh, the Fife Dog, first of the game, 33rd of the season.
In the bottom line in this situation, Brampton gets caught with everybody up the floor and no help sliding down. But having said that, that first step that boy made was absolutely perfect. I think that was just one of those goals where it's one of these situations where I'm PO'd and I'm taking this shot and I don't care who gets in the way. And he just picked the top corner over Brown's left shoulder. That was a perfect top corner shot.
Taylor will swing it around. Buck. Skip, quick stick, and almost pocketed the rebound was Jordan Dance up. So it'll be Jaminski against Haynes. Jaminski finds the back of the net.
Well, that's a different way to tie up a game.
Definitely not your traditional way, but I think unlike hockey, clearly in lacrosse, the breakaway favors the offensive player, not the goaltender. Goddard with his 17th goal of the season, and just a good job of gapping that box right in the middle. That's a good hard overhand go. They work Jackson Longboat to the left and now to the right. And that's part of what they were missing on Friday, was the transition game was non-existent. Good job there doubling up the ball, forced the turnover, and then just a good bounce shot from Fair. Bulge into Twine for the first time here in this game. 21st goal of the season, and just a good job by Whitby to share the ball, find the open man. He'll go to work with a fresh 30. Osborne gets a step. Osborne dancing along that crease, and a little melee here going on and in the middle we've seen before. So Brett Longboat out there along with Miracle. They're on that left side. Mason Hill at the top. Todd Thomas, Chayton King not in a familiar right shooter spot. He was down on that right crease, and Porgan now. Gonna hurry. A minute left in the man advantage. Chayton King from point blank. Stopped though by Martin, and that's gonna be a crease ball. Penalty shot called on the play, and looks like it's gonna be Joe Miracle. So with 56 seconds left in the penalty, Snipers will have another power play, and that will take us to our second official's timeout as you see that save by Martin. Then using that hesitation move to blow by him and reach out and tuck it in that far corner on the dive. That's his first of the game, his 8th of the season, and Paris out to a 2-0 lead. This is just a big man getting the feet set and finding that far corner, and you can bet Austin Patty would want that one back as they get on the board, and it's Nash Kramer. Just a good job on what was a broken play, looking for the give and go with Whiteford and Kyle Dawson. Look at this play here as he reads it right. Stonefish not able to hang on to it, and Dawson just picked it up, and a beauty job on the dunk. Isn't much Kyle Dawson can't do. Picks up his first of the game, 28th goal of the season. Ripka will find behind the net. Good job looking for Dawson. Dawson wrapped up again, still manages to score. You can see there Dawson just working in tight quarters, does a good job moving without the ball. And that was the difference, giving his teammate a good passing angle. So a power play marker for Danton Miller, and boy, much needed. You can see changed the angle and sped up the release point, went to the underhand and found the mark. That's just some good team defense there. As you can see, everything flowing on the left side. Lemaire just creeped out on a good backdoor cut, caught Van der Zoom looking. And a big goal at the right time. Welcome back to Memorial Arena here, Brampton, Ontario. Lance Wynn alongside Blair Campbell. Glad to have you with us here as we get set for the third quarter. This is the third of the quarterfinal triple header here in the Arena Lacrosse League postseason. Toronto has advanced to the Final Four. Six Nations has advanced, as has the Paris River Wolves. One invite left, 2-goal game. Either Brampton or Ohsweken will fill that final spot. Question will be, can Ohsweken put together 4 quarters? And can the Express continue to do what they're doing? And once again, Jonah Beam in that circle. Possession goes to the Express. Estrat will do a loop or two. He'll hold on to it, send it down, and work it to Campbell. Campbell looking for an opening, kick it back out. Zach Sutherland still without a goal. Kicked it back out, had it bumped out of his stick last second now, and it's Kettle. Kettle got a head of steam going. Atwood jumps in the rush. Zips it over Atwood, what a finish! Oh, baby! That was a quick stick finish right there from Atwood. His 6th of the game.
Well, fast break. What are you going to say? But Brampton did a good job. They went to Atwood. He still got a quick stick, good shot in.
Well, there's an example there. Zach McDonald was right on Atwood, but McDonald didn't see ball, see man, so didn't know the pass was coming. Put that right by his ear, and Atwood buried it in a hurry. Horsley, haven't given you the update on the west side of things. Of course, game 1, the Sea Spray won 23-11 over the Shooting Eagles. Game 2 today, 14-11 Shooting Eagles over the Sea Spray, so they are now in the midst of a mini game for the championship of the Arena Lacrosse League West. Boy, just some outstanding lacrosse all around. Doesn't matter if it's here or across the country. Whiteford set things up. Spencer Martin looking for a screen from Atwood. Martin airs that one out. Rebound. Miller had it momentarily. 10 on the shot clock. Whiteford gonna have to hurry. Bounces on the line. Kicks it out into the gondola. And possession will go the other way to the Express. 13.5 to go, third quarter. Pivotal time here for both these two teams. Sutherland, he's been quiet on the goal front at least. Board. Him and Sutherland work the 2-man game. Chellam filters in on that right side. Sutherland bounces off one, lets it go wide of the mark. Rebound, Board. He'll curl out, no reset, ducks under a check. Weasel one, goes 5-hole, but Goa Abrams, I tell you, had that stick right where it should be on a good move by Board.
Yeah, that's where it had better be, because that thing was labeled into the bottom of the net.
Kettle bounces off a check, gets it to Hill. Hill now will survey. He'll let it go. Rebound. Nakamura. His shot well wide of the mark. Just needs to slow it down a bit, does Nakamura, and not rush everything. McDonald now turns around and runs into one cross check, 2 cross checks, and coughs it up. Bears. Snow swinging around. Kettle dumps it down low. Henry's shot stopped by Nagy. Picked up, good offensive rebound by the Bears. And they'll get another 30. Thomas spins off McDonald, goes to the bounce, stopped by Nagy. McDonald having some trouble, and that's feathered out to Thomas. Thomas shields, and a big save by Nagy. Boy, I tell you, even on one knee, Nagy makes himself big.
He is big.
Those shoulders, man, they take up a whole lot of room. Certainly, at the other end, no shortage of size with Abrams. As both these two guys could fill a net. Campbell. That one's blocked by DeWitt Martin and ended up right near the crease area. Jerminski racing to it. He'll come away with it. No call on the interference, and Sutherland. And I'm not sure that's a definite penalty 100%, and you can see that there was no intent there based on Sturgis Sundown's reaction as Campbell is down.
The only question with this is whether this is, if they call it high stick.
I think the stick rode up. I don't think he intentionally tried to take his head off. We'll see.
Somebody just got a bench minor from Ohsweken right there. They were chirping up. Referee Kyle Kennery told him, that's enough, I've had it. And somebody said another one, and that was it.
Good to see Campbell up, off on his own power. So I'm not sure if Sundown got an extra 2, but there's
they
definitely
gave him a high
an
stick, so it's a 5.
So it is a 5 and a 2.
The 2 is a bench minor for the chirping from this side. Okay.
So a 5 and a 2, a major and a minor, a chance here for the Express. And the Bears sometimes got to give their heads a shake, taking these penalties at the wrong time. So a chance here for the Express to give themselves some breathing room, 5-on-3 for at least 2 minutes. They've already managed their 4th power play. They've already scored twice and given up a shorty. That'll stay right here. Chullen out there, Sutherland working to Jeffroy. Jeffroy, skip pass finish. So perfectly designed play and perfectly executed by the Express. So Mikael Chullen having himself a fine evening. Off the draw. Possession to the Express, leading by 2. Now we're into the major, 4.5 to go. So Brampton can collect a couple more here if they're able to increase their lead before back to full strength. Sutherland at the top. Jeffroy had a stick go off. Sutherland tees it up. Abrams steered that aside and out. And possession will stay right here. New clock for the Express. 10.5. Campbell back out there. Sutherland had his stick checked, and it's going to be Bears ball deep in the offensive end as Snow tracks it down. He'll wait for Bombury. Send that out to White for dangerous pass. And it's Stanton Miller. Miller weaves his way in, gets a shot off. Closed the wickets, did Nagy. And now 3:45 left in the man advantage for the Express. So it's a final. The Shooting Eagles are the champions of the Arena Lacrosse League West with a thrilling mini-game win over the Sea Spray. Ball loose, sitting in that crease. And zipped up ahead. Kettle with a great catch, puts on the brakes. Can't do a whole lot. Great defense by Horsley as he killed that opportunity in a heartbeat. Atwood with Aki on him. Aki working him on the boards. He's going to get a high stick. And that's going to nullify at least 2 minutes of that power play as Atwood does a good job drawing the penalty. So with 3:04 left in the major, we'll play 4-on-4 for another 2 and probably be a minute and change left if things go as per norm. And the Express will go back to work with a man advantage. Thomas ducks in. Thomas weaves and picks the corner. That was a fine piece of lacrosse right there. Oakley Thomas with his first of the game, and he's had himself a solid game here, doing a little of everything. Great job. You see him tiptoe through. Ball loose, Board battling for it. Volkov comes away with it. Great speed. Volkov wrapped up and almost rolls off Abrams and in, but it stays out. Bombury. Just under a minute and a half, 4-on-4. Pedwell on the run, Nagy, big save. He'll zip it up. Jaminski wide open at the other end, and that pass gets aired out. Snow picks it up, so a chance there for the Express. Weren't able to take advantage. And now it's Danton Miller, 8.5 to go. Whiteford looking for the flip. Miller can't collect it, and here goes Medeiros in alone. Over the net, Medeiros. Back the other way, Pedwell. Estrat on him. 40 seconds left in the penalty. Pedwell gets knocked over. Good job by Estrat. And the Express now not sure what all the hype's about. Board isn't sure either. And he zips it over to the left side. Board. Sutherland. He lets it go right on target. Wow, picked out of the goalie's stick. No call there. And Board picks it up. 2-on-1. Chullen interferes. Good save, Abrams. Chullen battling for it. Wins that battle, swings his way into trouble. Chullen to the bounce, stopped by Abrams. Boy, Goa Abrams has stepped up here. And now Snow will leg it over the timeline. Wayne Hill barrels his way through. Hill gets a shot off, stopped by Nagy. 7 minutes to go here, third quarter. Campbell providing some relief there with 30 seconds left in the power play. Brampton trying to capitalize here. Campbell has room, goes to the sidearm, stop, and it gets knocked down to the offensive end. And I think that was knocked by an Ohsweken player. I don't think it was touched by Brampton. I thought Ohsweken. And either way, with 6:39, that's going to take us to our officials' timeout. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back.
welcome you back inside Brampton Arena. Apologize for the delay. For those of you watching, this is the third quarterfinal of the day, the fourth of the Arena Lacrosse League. Ohsweken Bears and Brampton Express. 10-9 is your score right now with 6:39 left to play here in period number 3. "19 seconds to go on an Ohsweken power play. They're just making sure the right penalties are on the board, and we are underway. Ohsweken with the ball, double team on the far side. It's Dan Miller who's going to cut in a quick shot and a goal. After a lengthy delay here in-house, Danton Miller will tie things up for the Bears. Breaks coverage over on the far side. Danton Miller takes it straight to the house. And that will tie things up here. 10-all. Brampton had to come back. After a quick start, Chris Atwood scoring all 5 Ohsweken early goals. They were up 5-2. Brampton came back to take the lead, and a shorthanded goal from Danton Miller has tied it up at 10. And why not after 2 fantastic matchups during the day earlier on. Ball down in the corner, bounces away there from Sturgis Sundown. It'll come all the way out to Zach McDonald as he crosses center. Looked like a stumble. It'll get to Van Scheppen. Now Dramnitsky taking over for the Brampton offense. Seamus Shanahan off the bench. Chullen following him. Ball actually pops out of the stick there of Jeffrey, who then gets mauled. Mitchell Jeffrey on top of that ball, and no time for Shanahan right at the shot clock, sitting in front of the Ohsweken bench to do anything with it. 5.5 to go here in the third quarter. Ball in the stick of Oakley Thomas. Has a goal already in the game. Thomas dancing around up top. Ball gets down the corner, and too much here on the near side on a moving screen from Kyle Pedwell. Delayed penalty coming up. No, my mistake. Official's hand went down. Looked like we were going to get too many men against Ohsweken, but they recovered to take the ball back up. James Whiteford has Miller with him, the most recent goal scorer. Playing it back to Wayne Hill. Hill will dish to the outside, and that was Atwood. That shot could not miss early in the first half. This time just sailing high and wide of Lucas Nagy. Now on the crease looking for the quick stick. Jonah Beam just out of his reach, back the other way. Wayne Hill bounces one off the foot of Nagy. It goes up and hits the rafters here at Brampton Memorial. And now Miller will slow things down after some back and forth pressure. Pedwell wheels over the top. His shot, Nagy will cover up over top. And now here comes Brampton back the other way. Sunderland. Zach Sunderland passing to the half boards. Mikhail Chullen. His pass looking into the corner goes off the glass. Now picked back up. Sidearm shot from the outside. Save made by Goa Abrams. Miller again with 4 left to play. Dan Miller. Henry couldn't pick up that pass. He was intercepted by Brampton. Everyone's standing around, and that's a 4-on-1 break led by Board, whose shot just bounces wide of Abrams. Ball doesn't quite get to the center line. Jeffrey there, and picked up though by Ohsweken. Atwood all alone will not miss. 7th of the game for Chris Atwood. And Ohsweken have the lead again. Man, when he's in one of those moods, you heard the guys talk about it earlier on. Cannot be stopped. Missed with the over the shoulder shot earlier. Elects to go sub shot this time. And 11-10 for the Bears. Again, coming in as the 7th seed. Already seen a couple upsets today. Paris, Six Nations winning. Toronto Monarchs clinched their ticket yesterday, and one more up for grabs in Good Friday Final Four. Spencer Martin putting the ball in the corner. Wheeled up top for Pedwell. Ball gets knocked out of his stick, and now Brampton's got it, starting to counterattack. It's the captain, Gage Board, the goal in the game today. He'll lead for Cody Menzies. Shanahan looking for help. Finds it in the cycle from Ryan Campbell. He took a high stick earlier on, and I believe this is the first shift back for Campbell since he went down injured. Long blast from the outside, hits off the end boards, and then Shanahan's low shot hits off a body. Seamus Shanahan was all done and out of lacrosse until a few years ago. An international tournament for Ireland reignited his passion. He's back here in the Arena Lacrosse League. Long outside shot, that one hits, looked like the bottom of the dasher, and took a funny hop coming out, beam then. Couldn't get Volkov's outlet pass. Bears back again as we close in on the 2-minute warning. They've got an 11-10 lead. Crashing in there was Dan Miller. His shot forced wide due to contact. And now Board will bring it down. Gage Board to the outside. Chullin crashes in through the middle. Joffrey pops out of the pile to take that pass. Borge in front of him, setting him pick. Sunderland, the late arrival. He'll take the pass, under 10 on the shot clock. Here's Jeffrey. Jeffrey from way outside. The shot may have been directed, but it gets in as Jeffrey's got his 4th. And we're all tied up again. 11-11, outside shot from Jeffrey. Sounded live like it hit off something on its way through and may have changed direction in front of Goa Abrams, but either way, the end result is another tie ball game. 90 seconds to go in the third, and an interception, clean break. Here comes Heron Snow, his 2nd of the game. And just like that, Ohsweken right back in front. Nothing really pretty there. Except for just jumping the route. And off to the races for Heron Snow, the 2nd. Only Bears player with more than 1 goal who's not named Chris Atwood in this one. Atwood was 7. Final minute here in the third period. 12-1. Bears lead. Sunderland. He'll give off to Board, who takes the outside shot around coverage. That one hit Goa Abrams, so there will be no over and back here. Board jogs it up over center. To the outside. Dancing around, Drebnitsky. Changed the angle on the shot. Abrams went down, ball goes high, and the Express back to even. Late in the shot clock here for Brampton, and just a nifty little shot right on the doorstep. Jerminski completes the hat trick and ties this game at 12. 20 seconds left to go. Here are the Bears. High shot there off the stick of Henry. Bounces off the end boards. This will be an over and back violation with 12.9 to go. Nagy wants to know if he's coming to the bench. The answer is not this time. As now out of the corner, here's Joffrey. Long shot. And Abrams will hang on. Out of the crease, only 8 seconds for which Ohsweken to work, and a skip pass off the carpet will get in on Nagy. And we're through 3. Oh boy, Chris Atwood, always the entertainer. 15 minutes left to decide who's on their way to Final Four weekend. It's a good one here between the Bears and the Express here at the Brampton Memorial Arena. We'll be back after this short timeout. Back here in Brampton, a good one brewing for the final spot on Final Four weekend. Coming your way next week. Doubleheader at the track on Friday. Toronto and Paris, so 6 nations await their opponents. 3 and 8:30 the times in Oakville on Friday, and then 7 p.m. at the track will be the All-Cup final. Penn Eastrat wants to be there along with the Brampton Express as they pick up the first possession here of the fourth quarter. Shullen to Sutherland, nearly broken up there again by Snow. The Express on the home bench going right to left in this final frame. Of course, we've already required extra time once today, as that shot goes off the shoulder of Nagy. Stick checking, yard sale from James Whiteford. Regains possession, a player not unfamiliar to this building and this turf. Whiteford back across, looking for the cutter, and there to make the save was Nagy. Down the far side, 2-on-1 as Menzies comes off the bench, and Abrams will keep it tied on the other side. Here come the Bears. Volkov keeping Martin at bay, knocks him into the boards and popped the ball free, and then Volkov just couldn't get it across to Jordan Majeros. Another player who's comfortable on this Brampton bench. Eastrat getting around the pick of Jeffrey. Couldn't elude Kane Kettle, however. Harris 17's doing battle there. Ford will put it down the boards. Here for Sutherland on the return pass, and Abrams stepping up to meet that shot. The big boom off the shin pad. Sturgis Sundown. Cross center, across the restraining line. Atwood will bring it down. Atwood, the hot hand today. So far, just keeping it up top, and that opens up space down low for Whiteford to take flight and the lead. Atwood gonna spend all the time up top here, and look at the room that creates down on the crease. And Whiteford goes airborne to give the Bears back a 1-goal advantage, 13-12 here. Violation on Alex Henry's face-off try. Chulin there to keep it back. Dremnitsky. He'll high step past the screen to the crease to the goal. And we're tied again, 13-all. Dremnitsky this time, giving it back to Brampton. You get the sense we're gonna do this right until the end of this game. A big screen just outside of the dotted line opens up the lane, and Dremnitsky making no mistake. 13-all with 2.5 to play. Dremnitsky's got 4, matching Mitchell Joffrey. For tops on the express bench. Sutherland trying to duck and drive, and Aaron Snow there to knock the ball free. Kettle down the far boards. He'll back away from pressure now. Kyle Pedwell. He'll pick up. Finds Wayne Hill coming off the bench. Down below us, Mouse Henry wants communication on the defensive side. Atwood picks 2 players out of the way for that shot to come in on Nagy, and then on the doorstep, Atwood looking for any kind of garbage he could find, and there was none to be found. Board cross center, and too many called. I believe this is coming to Brampton, as a couple extra jumped down below us. So 7th power play of the game coming up here on the substitution call. Majeros will go serve, and James Whiteford will start power play number 7. 3 for 6 in the game so far are the Bears. Here's Danton Miller. Whiteford fakes the pass over to the right side. Ends up taking the shot, and it bounces off the end boards and into the Bears bench. And
hold on. Anytime the ball goes to the bench, we have to put a hand on it. There can't be a delay. We have to put a hand on it before we resume play. It's not even a fast restart.
getting a great explanation there from Kyle Kennery, who has reffed everywhere there is to referee, including the National Lacrosse League, as Brampton was looking for a delayed game penalty. I believe one of the officials was going to call it too, but he overrules as the crew chief and allows Brampton to continue here. Shorthanded, minute 35 left as Sutherland tries to kill. Man, Aaron Snow is making a nuisance of himself for these Brampton ball carriers. There he is again, going back after Joffrey in the corner. Mitchell Joffrey got knocked off his feet. Kettle in there looking to dig it out as well. Shot clock down to 2 seconds, and Brampton not going to be able to do anything with it. Quite content, however, with only a minute 15 now remaining on this Ohsweken power play. Whiteford walking his way over center. No shot from Wayne Hill. Danton Miller, Whiteford down in the corner for Atwood. Thought he saw a little hole. Nagy had it covered though. Eastrak. Driving across center, turns around and right in the eyesight of Blake Halliday, who steps up to knock the ball free. Halliday back with possession. 35 seconds left here in the power play for the Bears. Closing in on 10 minutes left in regulation time. Miller to Hill in the corner. Goes back to Miller. Here comes the play. A couple low seals, and it's Martin working back through. Nice recovery, though. Believe that was Estrat who worked off the screen and threw the big hit to break up the power play. Express are probably just going to hold this one out here with under 10 seconds left to go in their man advantage. Majeros is out of the penalty box, and we're back to 5-on-5. All knotted up on the scoreboard as well, 13 apiece between the Brampton Express and the Ohsweken Bears. The whole gauge board rolling that away from Dan Miller. Got a bit of a rise out of the Bears bench off to our right. Miller, he'll leave that in the corner. Kalen Martin thought he had it cleanly, but bounces away, and Nick Volkov there to pick up the loose ball, and he's going to take it all the way himself. Volkov, the twist, shot it wide, and it bounces out of the corner. Age board back with it. Board around Drimnitsky. Gets a second pick as well. The bounce shot got in between the legs of Goa Abrams, but not enough momentum to take it over the line, and then the loose ball picked out there by Drimnitsky. Shanahan. Drimnitsky. Ryan Campbell coming off the bench. He'll go through the middle. Chulin with the ball. Chulin gets a screen in front from Menzies. Dramnitsky setting one for Campbell. He'll go in the corner, shot from Shanahan. Shanahan picks it back up, flips out of his stick right to Menzies, and then took one hop extra over the stick. And on the run, the Bears not able to connect with Heron Snow. So that loose ball bounces into the stick of Nagy, and he'll send it the other way. Dramnitsky in the Express. Pardon me, that's Estrat giving to Gage Board, his captain. Joffrey spins back and didn't get a lot on that shot as the defender stepped back in, and that hit something, took a funny hop. I believe it's the Brampton bench. Otherwise, those Ohsweken were off to the races. James Whiteford. He'll put it back behind the back pass to Atwood, who guess where he was, right in front of the net. Turns and has a few words for his Express counterpart. We're in officials timeout territory here. Chulin backing away from pressure. Campbell over the top. Chulin works past Campbell in front. Sunderland set a huge screen there on Sturgis Sundown. Knocked him down to his feet. Sunderland quick pick of the rebound from the shot, and it's caught between the legs of Goa Abrams, and that will indeed take us to the officials timeout with 7 minutes left to go. We're all knotted up at 13s. Again, the winner of this game is headed to Final Four weekend. Stick with us. This one's going down to the wire. Back underway here. We'll take you all the way to the horn. JVI Sports Network presents Arena Lacrosse League action here on YouTube from the Brampton Memorial Arena. Atwood again stirring up trouble in front of the crease. Outside shot there, right at the dotted line. Save made by Abrams. Atwood one-on-one. This was the battle, and he was so focused on it, he didn't see McDonald coming to knock him down. Picked up by Van Scheppen, stumbling, still gets the shot away. And Mark Van Scheppen will chase this to the outside wall. Him and Andrew Horsley working in there. Horsley gets drilled now. Oakley Thomas trying to dig it out. And they're going to call the Express and Horsley for pinning it against the boards. That gives possession here to the Bears, who quickly work it back. Whiteford, under 6 to play in the 4th. Whiteford dances around the screen. Whiteford gonna go all the way on his former teammate Nagy with the save. I think that hit the crossbar, and Whiteford slow to get up on the crease. Here comes Martin for Brampton, scores! Just a transition breakout here for the Express. And I still don't know how that shot went in. Neither does Goa Abrams. There was a big crack as if that hit. The shot hit something, and whether a stick or some equipment, I'm not sure if it deflected or he didn't see it, but the end result is the 14th goal on the board on the side of the Brampton Express. Bears win the face-off, but then Ryan Johnson may have hooked a little bit, had Martin in behind everybody. And Board and the Express will bring it back. Board down in the corner. Him and Campbell working the pick and roll. That was absolute magic in the first period, and they go back to Campbell again, who takes it to the crease. So it's not going to be the pick and roll that makes it work. Bit of a broken play. And for the first time in quite some time, we've got a larger than 1 goal lead.
Hold the fucking fort down, boys. Let's go.
As Campbell knows exactly where to go when he gets the ball, and it's straight to the crease. Apologize if you could hear what Brampton thought of their game plan for the next 5 minutes or so, as they're now up by 2. Saw them with momentum in the early going of the second quarter. When it was back and forth again, they had to catch up to the Bears, who got an early lead. As that shot off a cutter rolled off the body, and crease violation as it rolled around in front of Nagy. McDonald, a big hit. He'll throw a second one on the Bears ball carrier. Finally, there's a screen to allow him to break free. And Dan Miller on the doorstep with 2 Express bodies all over him. Ball back to Jordan Aki. Aki finds a trailer, and Horsley's shot saved by Goa Abrams. Whiteford off the bench. Got Nakamura in front of him. The shot comes though from Wayne Hill, and it's wide and bounces back and over center. 4 minutes left in regulation. 15-13, Brampton have taken the lead here on home floor. Should they win, they'll get the 8:30 game and the Six Nations Snipers. Menzies looking into the corner. Looks off Sunderland, who's back at the restraining line. Now goes there for real. Back to the outside for Campbell. I believe that's Jonah Beam, actually. First time in quite some time we've called that name. Is down through the middle. A few different conversations happening, including one for the ball. And what happened there with Joffrey coming out of the pile? There's a whistle as he was on his way to take that shot. And I think the shot clock must have reset inadvertently. It's the only thing I can think of. Here's Martin. Wyford has his pass picked off. Here's Eastrak, all alone on an island though, so he'll hold up and wait for help to arrive. 3 minutes to go here in the fourth. Express with a 2-goal lead. Being to the outside, it's returned back for Board. Side Campbell to Chullen now. Chullen puts it in the corner, then goes to throw a screen for Sutherland, whose shot rings off the end boards. Tail end of the shot clock, he'll just lift it towards Goa Abrams. 2:43 to go as the Bears will retake possession. Get the feeling they're going to need one here. And when you need one, you give the ball to Atwood, and he gives it off to... Pardon me, I believe that was Pedwell taking that shot. Here's Brampton the other way. It's Board. Campbell's going to come set a screen. Board will bring it to the right side. Chullen. The half wall. Big high step coming here from Sutherland. Campbell now. We'll put it back to the outside boards. Low shot and a rebound. It's bouncing around to the feet of Abrams. And it stays on the right side of the line. If you're a Bears fan, there's still hope in the final 2 minutes here of regulation. Oakley Thomas into the corner. Whiteford seeing a lot of number 23 here in the late goings of this one. Whiteford changed direction to get away from Eastrat. All the way up and over center. Majeros runs under it. Didn't get the clean restart from the over and back, but Majeros will pass back here in a minute and a half left. Brampton wants to take this shot clock all the way down. Jeffrey setting the screen for Volkov. He'll put it back to the corner and it'll go to Jeffrey again. Sunderland popping out of the pile. Back to the corner. Sunderland cutting through. Menzies, I'm not sure, was aware, got his stick in the lane, and minute 10 to go, keeping our eye on Goa Abrams for you. With Jairo Nakamura just getting across the timeline. Dan Miller, still no move from Abrams. Under a minute to go. Ball in the corner. All the way up for Nakamura, and that bounces into the bench. 51 seconds to go. Van Scheppen with Johnson all over him, comes across center. Van Scheppen will pass here for Campbell. To the outside. Chullen lifts through a whole mess of Bears players. 10 on the shot clock, 30 to go in regulation. Joffrey cutting to the middle. That ball is going to go all the way to the outside for Jernitsky. It was too high for him to pick up. And he'll just launch it into the screen. Goa Abrams is already halfway to the bench. For the final 22 seconds. What's the play and where's Chris Atwood? They're going to call timeout to figure all of that out and the rest of it. Here inside Brampton Memorial Arena. 18.2. They may put a few ticks back on the clock. Earlier winners from today, Paris and Six Nations. Toronto Monarchs are awaiting their opponent for the 3 p.m. game at the track on Friday, April 7th. Paris trying to figure out if they'll get Six Nations or Brampton at 8:30. And then the final of the All Cup, 7 p.m. at the track, Saturday, April 8th. If you've got Easter plans, cancel them, because the Arena Lacrosse Trophy is going to be handed out on Saturday evening. Well, here it is. Miller up top, goaltender out. Need a quick shot. It's going to be Daniel from the wrong side. Nagy with the glove, steers it out into the corner. in a back and forth affair are headed to Final Four weekend. (15-13) your final, but my goodness. Hats off to the Ohsweken Bears. Coming in as the 7th seed against the 2nd, and gave the Express absolutely all they could handle here tonight. Here is how next weekend is going to set up. Six Nations and Toronto at 3 p.m. Paris and Brampton at 8:30. Those games will be here on our YouTube channel. They'll also be at the Toronto Rock Athletic Center. That's where you're going to want to be to take in those matchups. And then, of course, 7 p.m., the All Cup final being handed out at the track. For the Arena Lacrosse League, for the JVI Sports Network, and our entire crew, I'm Matthew Carrick saying good night from Brampton. Next time we talk, it's Final Four weekend here in the Arena Lacrosse League.